Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Model Shop. Today I'm going to test these DecoArt Enchanted Shimmer paints. I'm going to try to airbrush them. Not sure what's going to happen. These are acrylics, pretty thick. So I'm going to try to thin them down and airbrush it. I've discovered that most acrylics can be thinned down with these airbrush thinner, which I made a video of. So I thought I'm going to try to airbrush these. First of all, I saw these in a shop and I bought a whole bunch of them. And I also bought this enchanted iridescent paint. So this is an iridescent top coat. But if you look at the bottles, they are almost identical. At least you'd think they belong to the same range of paints, but they do not. These are very different than these. So don't confuse them. I'm going to do another video on these paints. But these are different in the sense that these are iridescent and these are more like sparkly. You can see it on the bottle. You know, this is the kind of effect you can expect. So I'm going to try to airbrush the shimmer. Now I'm not sure if it's going to work because in my experience the flakes inside can be too big to airbrush. So I'm going to use my biggest nozzle. That's the one the 0.5. So I'm going to try to push it through. Of course, I'm going to thin it down, and yeah, let's have a look. Let's see if it will work, and of course, I'm going to show you the results at the end of the video. So let's start. So diluting this stuff is easy. Let me show you. Just take a cup, take your paint, shake it well, make sure the paint is really stirred well. You can throw in a ball or something. I already shook it before, so this will do nicely. Then you take your regular airbrush thinner. This is the one I made. I have a video on this stuff, how to make this, but I think it'll also work with regular Vallejo thinner, or not this one, or this one. I'm not sure, but it should. I don't think it's going to be a problem. And then you're going to dilute this stuff. I think it's 50%, so half paint and half airbrush thinner. This stuff is very thick, so you need a lot of thinner. Oh, and it looks almost completely right from the get-go. Yeah, perhaps I think it's more like 40% thinner, so a little bit less thinner than paint. But you know, it should look like skim milk, and as you can tell, it does look like skim milk. And this is, you can spray this stuff like this, and this goes for most of these acrylics. So not only the shimmer ones, but also the iridescent paints. So I'm going to try to airbrush this stuff, and yeah, let's go. So we're starting off with the shimmering green. I already diluted it, so we're going to throw it in the airbrush and we'll see if it's going to work. Just a little test to see if it's spraying all right, and we'll move on to the spoon. So as you can see, nothing comes out of the airbrush, so I really had to push the trigger to let the paint go through. So I basically started blasting the spoon with the paint. After a couple of coats, you can really see the flakes appear, but again, it doesn't really go through like I think it should. But I guess in the end the result is quite nicely. So if you can manage to spray this stuff, then I suppose it looks pretty good. So I gave it a couple of coats and then I put it aside and move on. Let's move on to the next spoon. Again, the paint is barely pushing through. You can see some of the flakes appear, but it doesn't really work like it's supposed to. Once you start blasting it, it does come out, but of course you don't have a lot of control, and you end up with a lot of paint in one place. So yeah, so far it's not looking good. So after seeing this stuff being really hard to airbrush, I decided to paint it by hand and brush it on with a brush. I have to say this stuff really goes on very smoothly, very nice. So this is the white, and I'm going to do the rest of them and just do a speed run from here, and then I'll show you the results in the end. I recommend a soft white brush. Down gently and make sure you cover everything. You can put on more than one coat if you want to make sure it's covered well. This stuff dries very fast. It's a matter of minutes and you can basically see this drying up. Now it looks rough right now, but it's going to look a lot better. The last one is the magenta, and this is one of the my favorites in this range of paints. Alright, here we are with the results. I matched the spoons with the bottles. So yes, this stuff really doesn't spray well, which was a little bit of to be expected because of the flakes. They are pretty big, so it clogs up the airbrush. So this is not very suitable for airbrushing. Well, and that's not really a big deal, because I like to do these kinds of experiments with all kinds of paints. So it's just having fun. So yeah, let's go over the results. I managed to do a couple of them, and then I just stopped airbrushing them because I didn't want to ruin my airbrush. So I guess this one is airbrushed. Yeah, this is an airbrushed one. This is the white. Looks pretty cool. Very dark but sparkly. Yeah, little bit of metallic sheen to it. So, and this is actually brushed on. So not much of a difference actually. So this stuff looks very cool. This stuff looks very good painting it with a brush. So I really can recommend it to be used with a brush. This one is brushed. I believe I had a second. Yeah, this one is also airbrushed. So this came out pretty good, as you can see. Nice green hue to it. Also dark, a little bit of dark. I also tried white spoons, but that doesn't work at all. So this stuff works best with a darker background color. So yeah, let's go over them one by one, and then I'll close off the video. So this is also brushed. This is magenta. Very beautiful color. Little bit of reddish, as it should be. Reddish purplish. Yeah, very nice sheen to it, as you can tell. Yeah, very nice. And then we have the violet. Also very dark but beautiful color. Really violet. And this stuff dries really quick. I believe it was 5 minutes and it was already dry. And you can see the paint strokes a little bit, but I think if you do 2 coats, you won't even notice it. Perhaps you can even dilute it a little bit to get better results. Let me know if you want to see a video about that. I'll try to make it. This one is the blue, also brushed on. Yeah, looks good. Again, the airbrushed green. Should have done a brushed one, but it doesn't really make a lot of difference. As you can see, this is the airbrushed one, this is a brushed one. This spoon was actually a little bit glossier than this one, so that hence the difference for the glossiness, because I didn't really see much of a difference in the other ones, because these are also very glossy, and that's the spoon. So yeah, both look good. I think the brush down is a little bit more saturated, so which is expected, of course, because you're putting on more paint. Yeah, I think the best results are, I did this one twice, and I think that gives the better results to do it twice. So yeah, and of course the gold also brushed on. Yeah, looks pretty good. Would I recommend this stuff? Yes, not for airbrush, but yes, for brush. All kinds of, you can do all kinds of creative projects with them. I don't think I'm going to use them a lot, so perhaps I'm going to give some of them away. I think I might keep these two. These looks very good, and perhaps I could use this color in some kind of project, but I don't think I'm going to use the gold and the white. So that's it, basically. This was the DecoArt Enchanted Shimmer. I'm going to do another video of the iridescent paints. I can already tell you those look fantastic and they do spray very well. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye. If you like what I do on this channel, please like and subscribe and consider becoming a patron so I can keep creating new content.